you know, you win some, you lose some.
Hits on hits for James.
How you going?
Hey, how's it going, man?
See ya.
Good seeing you. It's been a while.
Yeah, how you been? My name's Todd Druten. This is Deadly Wax Records. I opened this shop, this version of it, February 2022. My wife and I both come from the West Valley. We felt the North Valley was very underserved, and you know, we both grew up going to record stores. It was an important thing to us. So one thing that meant a lot to me was being in a spot that had a cool vibe. You know, in the Valley, it's so many strip malls, and I did not want to be between a Quiznos and a UPS shop. You know, I wanted to be in something that had a little flavor. So one day I was just driving up and down these streets, and I spotted this with a for lease sign, and I thought that could really work out. So I've been collecting records my whole life. My first records I got for the holidays when I was either 7 or 8. It just kept going from there. I used to make my mom take me to every record store in the Valley. Moby Disc, Record Trader, Music Plus out here, Tower eventually, Bleecker Bob's, and see some imports and some cooler stuff. And it was a real passion of mine right away. Around 2006, I got an opportunity to work with an audiophile record dealer, and things took off from there. I took to the job. I really enjoyed doing it. It wasn't my specific niche that I would have chosen to be in, but just the chance to be around records all day was super cool. And I ended up doing that for a decade. I burned out on it around 2016 and said I want to do this myself. Started doing it online and realized that was the part that I was burnt out on. It lacked the charm of the record shop. So we started cooking up plans on, you know, can we do this? How can we do this? My wife's worked at record stores before. When I met her, she worked at Rhino Records in Westwood in 1998. But I had never worked at a record store, so it was a big chance for me. Will I like it? Do I want to be in the public? I've been working, you know, out of someone's house for 10 years and then out of my house for a few years. But right away it was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. A big part of this became, I want to do something that's cool for the community. There was so much cool for me when I was growing up in the Valley. I would love to give the Valley a place to go that they could be proud of, you know? And it was important to me to not half-ass it, to not have a second tier like, oh, that's a pretty good record store for the Valley. It was like, no, we got to go all in and make this something different and something really cool. So until I was convinced that we could do that, it stayed a dream. And as we started pushing, I was like, I think we can make this happen. I love seeing records I've never seen. I love selling records I never thought would sell. I like somebody going into the bins and reading one of our notes on a record and being like, I want to give this a try. And it's like, I've gone into record stores for 20 years and nobody wanted to touch that record. And then they heard what we had to say about it, and we're spreading something, and I think that's important work. I love the people. I'm a people person, you know. So seeing the same people over and over, seeing people, not seeing them again for a year, having people come in and say, oh, my brother loves this shop, do you know him? You know, making those connections between who comes in here and how they got here, it's a real fun thing for me. You know, I think there's something to vinyl being tangible. You can hold it in your hand, you can look at it. You know, I remember the first time I showed my daughter a record with a gatefold, and she opened it up, and you know, the lyrics were all there, and I just saw her head kind of expand, and I remember doing that as a kid. And I think there's also something about, I mean, the sound quality, obviously, you can go real far with it. You know, vinyl doesn't automatically sound better, but if you do the work, you can get better sound out of vinyl. No question in my mind. It's just a different experience. You know, this is school for me every day. You know, I'm happy to learn. I do not have a sense that I know everything or know more than anyone that walks in here. You can learn all day long if you don't close off your mind to it, and I love learning about records. I don't feel like I'm in competition with anyone. I'm in competition with myself here. I want to make this place as good as possible. I want to give people a reminder why they want to come to the store instead of just get what they like online, which is increasingly easy. So that's it, you know, make this shop somewhere people want to be.